Do we have the mission maker to give us a brief?
He's not here. I'm gonna tell it. We're supposed to play this as the EU third round last week. Had a fault in the preset. It was not caught since when I've edit, I don't check every fucking roll. So it was not on the mission maker. It was a preset error that had the blue for have like ravens on their back instead of like normal backpacks. So yeah. So the PLA is attacking the airbase there.
Howdy, Captain.
All right.
Good to see you.
Commanders, do we have questions?
Nope.
Fantastic. All right, this is the last round of FNF. Good luck, have fun. It's gonna start right now.
All right, we got the last FNF round right here. We will begin right into the action here, very quick.
User left your channel. Channel switched.
All right, so what's the deal with like bathroom sink water, like always being refreshing? Because like, okay, we have like a kitchen sink, obviously, but like the water out of it tastes disgusting. So we have a filter, a pitcher filter, that we run it through for drinking water. But my bathroom sink tastes exactly the same.
Like exactly the same but better. Like with the filter.
Yeah, like it tastes. It tastes like pure. And it's the same pipes. I mean, obviously not the same pipes because it's a different fixture, but like it's the same source.
Yeah, it's coming from the water main.
So like if I were to drink the water out of the kitchen sink, it would taste like crap.
Well, it maybe has to do, I don't know, with you got some nice metal in there. Maybe you got some, I don't know, some flavor coming in. Yeah, some lead flavoring, some lead spicing into your water.
Oh yeah, that would explain a few things. I'll tell you what. So, as far as the mission, though, this, again, is the final round of NA FNF. We were supposed to run this, I think, last week in EU, but because of, like Nemesis said, an issue with the presets, with the units placed down that was not caught, we had to scrap it and run it back up. So, it is now fixed and running in perfect working order. We have a defense here on the northwestern island of Tanoa. The People's Liberation Army of China have invaded, and they are now in the port of Belfort, and they were attacking the airbase in the northwest. So because we actually have a different faction this time, I would love to take the reins and go over the Red 4 faction.
Oh, please do.
So, like I said, we have the Chinese People's Liberation Army using 6.5 millimeter Katibas, which are technically vanilla, but they are pretty well balanced enough. Again, 6.5 millimeters, so a little bit beefier than the 5.56 and 5.45 that we've been seeing, but not quite as beefy as the 7.62 39 that we've seen. Have we even seen that so far tonight? No, I don't think so. A little bit beefier, but not too much. So we'll see how well that actually gives them an advantage. Otherwise, they still have the PKMs for a squad level machine gun, and platoon level machine gun is still that PKP. Excuse me. They also still have the RPG 26s and RPG 42. So it's really just the main assault rifle that is different. In addition, they have a selection of rubber boats, a Ka-60 Kasatka with no pylons and no guns, and let's see, 2 BTR-80s, 2 Gaz Tigers, and 4 Gaz trucks for transport and assaulting.
Well, looks like we have no guns on those Gaz Tigers either, so it's all probably putting a machine gun up there or something. Yeah. Well, at least they're still quite bulletproof, so they can still sponge it up a bit, which is, as a assault vehicle, definitely is a factor that you love to have. Gets your troops there, and it gets them there safely.
Exactly. So yeah, those BTRs and the Gaz Tigers should be used as spearheads, while the rest of the trucks, obviously, the bulk of the assaulting force. The marksman, by the way, has a bullpup SVD using that same 7.62 by 54 rimmed cartridge, but in a bullpup configuration. It's some kind of QBZ designation, whose name I can't remember. But also, yeah, Jesse the Marksman has a SSWT kit, which is essentially just a portable tripod shooting stand that is pretty neat. It's an Ace add-on and pretty useful. You see the entire village coming to see what the fuck is going on with it. Someone saluting the SSWT kit, another person ready to destroy it with the RPG-42. He turns and does 360s with it. Very powerful stuff. Some of these Chinese conscripts from the plains out on the western side of China, never seen this kind of technology before, so very understandably they are confused and afraid, much like the show Naked and Afraid, which is me whenever I try and use someone else's shower.
Oh my god. I hope that doesn't happen every day, at least.
I mean, hey, living in Liru's basement every day is an adventure.
Oh my god. Barbarian, I hope you're doing alright. I know Liru wasn't the one that made you wear the maid outfit the other night, right? Like...
The maid outfit hasn't arrived yet. No, that's Bassbeard's.
Oh, that's Bassbeard. Okay, they could. Oh, that hasn't arrived yet. Whew. I was worried that I missed it.
No, I was hoping it would arrive today, and now I'm hoping that it doesn't arrive over the weekend when my parents are home. I'm hoping it gets here Monday or later.
Well, that would certainly raise a few different questions, I'm sure. Now, you got quite a crowded house there. So you have your parents, and you also have Liru there as well. But Liru owns the house because it's his basement.
Sure, don't ask questions.
Okay, I got it. All right, on to the more Arma shenanigans then.
Yes. Do you want to try and cover Blue Fort? I can assist you where necessary, but I'd like to see what you have to say about the Blue Fort kit. You should know what's going on at this point.
Yeah, certainly. Well, again, I don't know all the specific names, but looking over at the Blue Fort kit, it looks like they have M4s equipped on their soldiers, as well as, I'm trying to see what else they might have. It looks like they have M249s for their machine gunners at the squad level. I'm trying to look for the platoon. I bet it'd be an M249 if I can find it. I'm seeing actually a Carl Gustav also in there as well. G-legs with that. Looking at X-ray. I'm not quite sure what rifle that is. I'm just going off the little picture that's in the because he's in a vehicle right now. I'm going to go with M14. That's probably not right, but is that in the ballpark?
In the ballpark is in, well, it is actually the same caliber, so you're not too far off. The platoon level machine gun that you were talking about before is an M240, which is in that same caliber of 7.62 by 51 NATO, and the marksman rifle is an SR25, aka a Mark 11, in that same 7.62 by 51 NATO. But yeah, the X-ray team actually has taken control of an M2 Humvee, which is both up armored and has a almost completely encapsulated turret. So that is very well defensible. Only really vulnerable from the front and the rear, as long as they don't run into something indestructible like a dock, which they just did.
I just missed that, unfortunately. But yeah, you know those wooden docks, they can be really, really big pesky things to run into. Yeah, it looks like with the whole nest that you have there too, that makes the gunner practically invulnerable as well. They're going to have a very, very difficult time in trying to shoot that guy out. So with the 556 though, they're not going to have quite as much beefiness as those 6.65s that the Chinese have?
6.5, yeah, something like that.
6.5, that's great.
Yeah, again, it's more or less it's that same kind of intermediate cartridge meant for low recoil, high rate of fire kind of deal, but just a little, just barely noticeable increase in power, I believe.
Yeah, it's looking like there's a very cool base that they have to defend. There's a bit of defensible position set up, a lot of doodads set up, and guff to hide in and use. Otherwise, you still have some armored Humvees and a stationary 50 cal gun they can move around as well that they can make use of here. That's sitting under one of the canopies. I'm not sure that MT truck is also drivable. It might be. There's a looking like an ammo resupply or fuel resupply MT truck sitting in one of the corners as well near the spawn. There's another Humvee truck. It looks like that one needs a little bit of repairs though. It's got a little bit of a fire going on in the engine.
Yeah, some good old ambient, nice little immersion objects, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, with this, so they're all spawning unusually, I guess, since most missions don't do this. They are all spawning on the airport, and in the safe zone is all 3 of the sectors that they have to defend. So sector 1, 2, and 3, all in the safe start area, so they can take the time and be wherever they want to be. Sector 2 being a little bit further off, so perhaps they might opt to take sector 1 and 3 and defend those a bit more, try and get more crossfires with a larger area. You can currently see that there's a little bit of barriers already popping up. Legal action sitting on a HESCO barrier that's sitting right next to the airfield. If that could be extended, that could certainly start a defensible position there. It's gonna. I was gonna say it's gonna be a little bit tough with a large amount surrounding the area. I kind of like what the Alpha squad is doing right now. They're currently going up the hill and they want to take that hill. That's probably going to be the main way that they are going to be made miserable by the opposing forces, is they take those hills and just shoot down on them from good cover and from good sight lines.
Right. Yeah. So these 2 sectors here at this base, sector 1 is going to be these 2 hangars with, I believe, an F-22 in the right hangar and an A-10 Warthog in the left hangar. Both of these have been visibly damaged and are in need of repair. Therefore, yeah, I can't use them, unfortunately. But otherwise, they still need to be taken into consideration. And you don't want to let those fall into the hands of the Chinese. You wouldn't want the Chinese to reverse engineer an A-10 Warthog. That'd be pretty fucky-wucky, I think.
Well, that'd be pretty dangerous. You know, they might discover what makes those things go Bert.
Absolutely. Sector 2, down to the southwest, is a small a couple of barracks buildings and a shipment container storage area. I can't see them really taking this, especially considering the big-ass hill to the southeast, kind of overwatching that entire area. It doesn't have the greatest angle of fire, but even just a few positions to shoot down onto that sector would make it a living hell. So I wouldn't be surprised if they abandoned that.
Yeah, if I were to, in my unprofessional opinion, I suppose, I like that there's an X-ray hanging out on the water, although maybe if I were to use X-ray, I'd probably want to put them on a mountain, use them as actual recon. But you definitely want people looking out in the water. The rib boats does make a water attack a viable option for the the Red 4, so they can actually use those boats for potentially a sneaky landing, maybe further down the coast or even directly behind the airfield. I'm not quite sure how audible those engines are on the boats, but you can definitely spot them out.
Yep, absolutely. Moving on to Sector 3, it is an ATC tower encapsulating both the Humvee needing repairs and the ATC watching over the airfield itself. So yeah, looks like they're going for Sectors 1 and 3 defense. They're very close together, so that does make a lot of sense. Seeing the engineers placed down, we're seeing that Malden bunker kind of pillbox on the runway itself, and a bunch of HESCO barriers being placed around the ATC in Sector 3. So yeah, with these 2 sectors, almost like with the second round, they're going to be very close but separated by an airstrip. Not nearly as separated as we saw in the second round, but could still be a bit of a hurdle for them to cross over an open airfield, especially from a perpendicular angle like this.
Yeah, it's looking like they're trying to make the best of the positions that they have. I mean, that Sector 1 is just such an open sector. That one could be so difficult to hold there, you know, without having any entrenchments down. Especially without any entrenchments down being part of the map.
Yeah, Pads has built a bunker, and we've seen some sandbags. They are trying to be conscious of a naval assault from the northwest, which is pretty smart because, yeah, they do have these boats on the Red Force side, which they are manning, although not to their fullest extent. They're going to be mainly sticking to a ground roll, but with looks like we have 6 people taking 6 boats, so they're going to be trying and almost feigning this sort of attack.
Oh.
Blue Fort doesn't have any air assets, so it's just going to have to rely on the eyes of the infantry to spot out 6 boats, and hopefully then not see that they only have 1 person each. I mean, still 6 people is still a bit of an issue, but otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a hollow threat in a way.
Mm-hmm. Looking at who they put in the helicopter so far, it looks like a bit of from Delta squad has been put in the helicopter, as well as the second in command as well, and all of recon. So that does make for a bit of a wide variety of people there. At least you got your second command, so at least they're separated for command. They'll probably still be up if they go, if command goes down or command goes down. Hopefully the second command didn't get shot out of the air. And that means with the timer going off, the third night of Friday Night Fight, game number 3 of NA happening right now.
So we already have that Ka-60 Kasaka filled to the brim with 10 souls on board, rushing ahead to this big peak. And going for a quick landing. Ooh, flying a little close, my guy. A little close.
Potentially trying to keep themselves out of sight, but there is a good bit of fog as well in this map, so they might still be fine. If they can try and hide themselves for as long as possible, though, that's probably still the best idea. Make sure they don't...
And there they go, Vagrants group dismounting from this Kasatka and heading to the top of this tower. And it's going back, might pick up a second group, or otherwise just run disturbance and interference. Meanwhile, the rest of the convoy trudging up this northeastern road through the mountains on their merry way towards the radio tower.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, we do have Alpha and Foxtrot 1 heading up to this radio tower. Looks like they're gonna dig in up here at least somewhat. And not a bad position, plenty of eyes on the surrounding areas, especially to the east, which would be a concern if Red Fort were to go that way. They'd have a pretty unopposed route coming in on the flank. Just east of the airstrip itself, there's a nice ridge with great line of sight, so that's what they're trying to avoid up here on the radio tower.
Mm-hmm. So the X-ray and the Alpha from the Blue Force should be able to see each other, although there is quite a bit of a fog, and I have lifted it a bit. Maybe they're perhaps out of view of each other. But that could be some contact back and forth that we can see there. At the very least, as long as the Red Fort forces keep going down the road in their vehicles, they should definitely be spotted by Alpha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, X-ray up here might spot them out. These natural kind of high points are going to be coveted ground. You also have those boats now coming in on the western side of the island. They're probably about 5 minutes away at the most. And with this X-ray Humvee manned by Pierce, the EM2 up there is definitely going to be ready and waiting to tear these boats apart piece by piece.
Yeah, certainly. Those ribs are very, very vulnerable boats. Those 50 cals go through them. It's like popping balloons.
Pretty much literally. Those things are made of rubber and filled with air, so it's not much more than a glorified balloon, absolutely. We do have actually Wiki. He's turning in shallow and actually coming in to land over by marker 19.
Yeah.
See if everyone else follows his lead. See Snow, Misu leading the pack. They're actually continuing on, so Wiki might be going a bit lone wolf, or nope, he just got the wrong cue. He's getting back in his boat and getting back to shore.
Okay.
If he can, he might have beached his boat. Nope, motor's still going. He's trying.
He's trying. Ooh, he might have got so stuck.
Yep, and it's just going closer to shore.
Yeah.
You have to push that thing out or start walking.
You might be in a decent place. I'm hearing some gunfire breakout, actually. It looks like the Gulfs have engaged Alpha over here on the hills.
Ooh, yep. Actually, Alpha is engaged Platoon 1 HQ.
Oh, X-ray is also spotted out the boats. X-ray spotted out the boats
Those boats.
and started firing on them. Those guys are starting to scramble and run around. If that is supposed to be a feint, though, it probably might work because of it, though. I mean, they're seeing 4 different boats out there, and I'm not sure if they can zoom in to see who was on them.
Important is the reaction, and we are seeing Vong's group now being drawn away from the airfield northwest towards that coastline. Yeah, so it is drawing some attention away at least. But with the rest of the action coming in on the south, towards the south at that radio tower.
Yeah, look,
Lanes of fire.
there's a lot of fire.
Now, too.
Yeah, I just actually saw an anti-tank around God. It looks like that BTR is smoking, and it's now catching on fire.
Yep. That is a brewing up BTR already out of the fight. Pickles and Matozo both need to get a bit further away from it, but they should be good from there.
It looks like this Alpha group's finding themselves captured on top of a bald mountain with very little cover. So with a lot of crossfires in a lot of different directions, they're going to have a hard time trying to stay up here if this attack keeps going on from different angles.
Yeah, they should definitely try and start withdrawing away. Yep, there's that Kasaka running interference. I think I heard a satchel charge go off too. No, those are GLs going off on the radio tower. If they're able to bring that down with all this infantry below it, that could kill a good 3 or 4 blue 4.
And see a lot of smoke back and forth. I think a few shots have gone back and forth and effectively helped to bring down Bravo, the team, but now this Alpha team's right on top of them and pushing real hard.
To the south, southeast of Sector 2, we have Delta 1 now coming in, just a 4-man team over the ridges. Gonna be going for Sector 2, and they're gonna kind of pose, but over
X-ray.
the west, we have X-ray, yeah, with that M2 Humvee pulling up and just tearing this supposed feint apart piece by piece. We actually still have 4 alive over here, and another one, Snow, still alive in the water. Is I think the only one who got taken out was Major. Wait, no, Cullen.
Oh.
Cullen is dead way back over by the radio towers. That's
Oh, wow.
Red Fork Command down.
Yeah, that's Red Fork Command. The radio tower going down, actually.
Drake is down as well. He was Bravo lead. Where's Night Owl? Okay,
Blue
Night
team
Owl-
is retreating here from the tower. They're the few remaining men are trying to get off of there as they try and retreat as Alpha is way all over them from the Red 4 team. Jane Saunders particular finding himself shot at a bit.
They were able to take down that radio tower, but doesn't look like that was super effective. Jeb is about to get run up on by Nutty Person, and
Finds himself getting got.
if not elegant.
Alpha actually finding themselves a second location where they can fire upon the hilltop. That was a good retreat into a second position where they can cover their own guys and set up a second line here. Using some of those rocks over there. Lanes of fire going back and forth. We're actually seeing Delta get close to Sector 2. Delta 1 from the Red 4 team. X-Ray is still engaging a lot of those boats on the sides. It looks like there's a few Red 4 picked off by them as well. It looks like X-Ray is still at full strength. But I would like to see that M2 Humvee used in some of the bigger pitch fights that are happening, particularly on top of that mountain. I think it'd be a bit more effective up there. And Charlie and Blue 4 and Delta engaging each other. Delta finding themselves in a poor position on the side of the mountain without much cover, except for the natural hills that are getting in the way.
I think the 3 of them here have realized that there isn't any Blue 4 here, so they're just going to try and run down into cover. But they're actually kind of running a bit away from the sector itself.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to stay in cover as long as they can. There's some pretty long sight lines coming in from the barricades on the middle of the airfield to hit them. It looks like once again Alpha is retreating. They've fallen back from the rocks that they're just at. They've fallen back to another set of rocks.
Are still flying overhead with Akasaka.
X-Ray on Red 4 also moving up. They're going to try and grab another mountain where they can get good sight lines onto the airfield itself.
Last BTR starting to get some firing angles over the airfield by the radio tower. That fence in front is actually going to act pretty good as far as spaced armor. I'm going to see if I can get a first-person view of him. Kind of blocks the view a bit, but...
I'm sure you'll still see the vehicle behind it, but yeah, I mean, in terms of...
I'm just saying more so it would have acted as an actual physical barrier with those RPGs in the Carl Gustav. If it hits that fence, it would go off, and the fence would act as a one-time use piece of armor.
Right, yeah. And it doesn't look like there's much 50 cal.
Angle. Oh yeah, I couldn't get the angle, so it pushes up, and it just dropped one. Looking for a second as this whole group starts to scatter and fall back to the airfield. There's Sector 2 going, and if they have any salvage charges, they need to blow them now. But I didn't even see anyone over here, so I don't think they even have that.
No, I think they just totally left it out in the open and decided to focus their efforts in the other areas of the airfield. Alright, so what we've seen here, Op4 has done a good job of pushing up the radio tower and taking that over. That's a good position to take. It gives them good angles to look down into the airfield. And some decent cover on the way too. They forced down Alpha. Alpha taking a few casualties, but not completely killed. Although I imagine Red 4 is taking the time to heal up and reconsolidate their forces and figure out their leadership, especially since their leader, Colin, has gotten killed.
Yeah, but they are managing pretty well on their own. They do still have the 2 IC, Private First Class Lee. So he should be assuming command, and looks like he is. He's up here on the hill, kind of trying to direct the battle along with Warlords, Ruinup, and Jesse.
Yeah, from the location of being with X-Ray, that's also a really good spot for him to be and see and survey this battlefield. Probably the most safe angle you have as well, since there's no Blue 4 over there. They can probably get a decent crossfire with the marksman rifle onto the Blue 4 defenses. Looks like Alpha, they're going to run and garrison one of those buildings next to the ATC. Now it's up to Red 4. Ooh, Seth charge goes off. Not sure if that hitting the Red 4.
Yeah, I see that now.
That went off close to the, I believe that's the dismounted crew of one of the BTRs, Pickles and Metoda, so. It looks like X-Ray on the opposing mountain is spotted, and they are taking fire from the bunker.
Yeah, I don't think that Sergeant Charge was too effective. It was pretty close, though, but not quite.
I like that some of the Blue 4 forces are hiding in the trees. I think that's pretty good concealment, and it provides them more like surface area to defend from. The Delta distraction with McDude's Wiki and Misu looks like there's 2 alive, 1 downed, but they look like they've also inflicted casualties. I'm not seeing the third X-ray that was over there as well.
Yeah, they've definitely picked apart this Red 4 group here on the western coast, but now they got to be a bit more careful. That Red 4 main force definitely has control over that ridge that I was concerned about for Blue 4's sake. I mean, just looking over it, I mean, obviously you'd be skylining, but setting up a couple of machine gun teams or even just a full squad up here and providing a base of fire for the rest of the force to push up just to the edge of this ATC would be pretty good. It'd be a bit of a thunder run and kind of risky, but I could see it working out with the proper setup.
Ooh, some very, very good grenades landing in the windows of that building. I don't think anyone was in that room, but that was a very nice hit over there by Vonk. Getting into the Sector 2 building. Right now, it's a bit of a lull, but we can see the Op4 forces planning their next attack. Looks like they're going to use that large ridge line that exists. They're going to go in a company line and probably peek it all at once and start shooting anything that's in the open. That seems like
He does have that 240 now. That's a big machine gun that he's able to used for suppressing. Yeah, this is going to be the perfect position for it. Just spreading some suppressive fire onto the ATC. We're seeing Lennox and Fun Guy and probably a couple other people just spraying out into the forest, kind of just afraid and shooting at anything that moves, even some that doesn't.
Pickles and Matosa find themselves on the other end of a ton of crossfire from the ATC and the building next to it. They're hit a few times, but it looks like they're able to get out of that fire there.
I hear the Kasaka. Looks like it's picking up command now at 2IC, and they're going for something here.
Looks like a special charge just went off in the forest, but wasn't able to hit anything.
Yep, way off the mark. I guess they were expecting an approach from up there, but the rest of the force is going to be coming down. Actually, not even really using the ridge. We have Golf up here and BTR trying to get some shots onto the ATC, but otherwise the main force is going down into the jungle along the beach.
That does get them concealed pretty close up to the whole area, but I would love to see some suppressing fire coming from the ridgeline as well. It looks like that Golf, though, that BTR, finding some decent angles. Oh, I think someone in there just got injured. I think there's a 50 cal hiding amongst the defenders that were able to beam one of the people. Yeah, actually, there's one in Sector 1 behind some of those Heskos. There's one of those 50 cals there. That might have been what injured whoever was in the Golf. That BTR.
I'm trying to find it. Where'd you say it was?
It's in Sector 1. It's behind the Malden bunker.
Ah, eyes on, yeah. Eagle action with that turret. It actually has the shield and the holographic sight, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that'll be a good instrument against the BTR. It'll...
Some GLs come out, but for the most part, yeah, all this infantry actually... They're lobbing grenades over the ridge. Over the ridge and trying to get up there.
Hell yeah, it looks like the rest of that whole platoon, or that whole company, everyone that's left, they're going to go through the forest and probably try and attack Sector 1 first here, from a wide position behind while they're concealed. Looks like you have a few forces on the top of the ridge, a bit of alpha with Firefighter Cold Breeze and Martin looking over the area.
Yeah, Kubi's all of them up here with Martin, getting some eyes on. They're holding fire though. I'm sure they have eyes on, especially Kubi's especially. He's looking over at that bunker complex that Schultz in. But they're holding fire until the rest of the infantry is able to push up through that jungle and get a lot closer. And the only person over here really being Pads, he's the commander, so he's all really that's standing between the Red 4 main force now and Sector 1. He's actually, he's the only one in the sector.
Yeah, that is the main command, so if he is suddenly found, he is hiding in some foliage, though, at least.
Yeah, he's hiding in some pretty thick concealment, so as long as he stays pretty low-key, should be good to stay alive in that sector.
It looks like with that helicopter, they did actually transport X-Ray onto the same ridge where Golf is, so either X-Ray going to join the rest of the forces or potentially get on that top of the hill and start firing down. Their current location, it looks like they're opting to move more down the hill. Just got some long-range firepower trading back and forth, and nothing too decisive. Especially with the lack of powerful sights that you have on most infantry here.
Yeah, really not much. Collimator sights one times at best. But it does, some of them, especially the holographic and CCO sites, do have, they do clear up the visual at least a decent amount.
Of note, you do have Sank 2 from capturing that second sector, moving his way on over.
Ooh, yeah.
He looks to be the lone survivor from that that assault.
Yeah, I'm both Well, no, the other two people, yeah, Wiki and Miso, I think. No, they were part of the boat teams. So yeah, I don't know what happened to the other people that Sanctu was with, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm more surprised that they're not paying more attention to this to that vector.
Looks like we might have a bit of tunnel vision going on. There's a few people indeed on that ridgeline up above, but oh man, Pads is going to find himself suddenly in the middle of about 30 different Red 4 right now. His bridge is running right up on his location.
I think actually what he's trying to do, he's probably on Whisper, and shit, my monkey fell. But Pads is probably on Whisper, just hiding, because yeah, he is in the bushes, not where Red 4 would expect someone to be. Germania passing on his left, we're just passing him on his right. So they are absolutely not expecting someone to be so far out of position. And again, he is just inside the circle. So until they find him,
Oh.
single-handedly hold this entire sector, no matter how many Red 4 pour into it. We're seeing 5, 6 now. Cool Breeze. Firefighter's gonna be number 7. Like, it does not matter as long as he's alive. And now you have, yeah, he's called it in. He heard them passing. Legal Action sideways being called in. The third man in that group is taken down. Legal Action taking a lot of fire. Pulls out his binoculars. That's not what you want.
Gonzo's too taking a bit of fire back in the bunker, but he's dropped as well. Legal Action, Cyrus finds themselves gun to gun, but that's insane. Pad's plan right there. I didn't realize that, but yeah, 100%. He's gonna absolutely make sure this area is not taken. And he is so well hidden.
Yeah, and
oh no! I think that satchel charge hit his own people pretty hard.
oh god, yeah, it takes down Warwick, Bridges, Nutty Person, Germania, and Cyrus. That's 5 people down for that one satchel charge. I don't know if that was a blue 4-1 or a red 4-1.
Oh, that was definitely thrown down by Red 4.
Lots of pain.
I think that was a Nutty Person that threw down.
Cool Breeze is able to get the surviving Marine. We still have Bridges, Warwick, and Cyrus down, but everyone else seems to be waking back up, and there comes Warwick back. And yeah, they still don't know what's going on, why they're not capturing it. They're gonna move to reach and secure this last hangar, but otherwise,
Looks like everyone just got back up.
yeah, they're gonna need to get lucky in order to find Pads. And the rest of the Blue 4 forces are, I mean, they've got a couple on the beach with X-Ray and the M2 Humvee, but the rest of them are pretty well entrenched in Sector 3. Between the H barriers and just the natural. Oh, God, here comes the helicopter.
Yeah, the helicopter going with a low pass over there.
And that's exactly, that reaction is exactly what they want. Just go going, oh shit, there's the helicopter. And just drawing fire onto it.
Looks like it took a hit or two, but it doesn't look like there's any major damage done. Sector 1 capture. Oh, they found Pads. Cosmonaut found Pads.
Yeah, Cosmonaut was, I think you might have heard his voice just faintly through the woods. You know, like I said, he should have been on Whisper, but that is going to be Sector 1 and Command taken down with just under 30 minutes left to go. It's looking pretty heavy in Red 4's favor. Plenty of time to attack. They still have... okay, so the other BTR did blow up, but they still have this force up here on this ridge, as well as the X-Ray for Red 4 up here. And then, yeah, on the other side of them, they have the rest of Red 4. Now, they do have about a squad or so coming in for Blue 4 in the form of Bravo 2 over to the west, where Sector, I think it was Sector 2 formerly was. So they're coming in behind Sanctu, who is still sneaking up Metal Gear Solid's.
Yeah, I suppose if you're alone, you gotta be a sneaky boy. Hopefully find a good ambush, get some people, but it's dangerous for them. It's Sanctu might as easily find himself on the other side of an attack. Lennox being the one that would spot him, but actually all those windows are all sandbagged up, so they're not even looking out some of those windows. It looks like they have to somehow deal with this attacking force on the opposite side. They don't have too many sandbags in the windows to look over the other side of the airport and try and hit those guys.
Oh, a great shot from across the airfield into the jungle, but...
Oh my god, they got it!
I think, yeah, that was it, and I don't know, looks like it's still in the air. I'm trying to get, I think the tail rotor might be up. Damn, it's still flying, yeah.
Wow, that was a direct hit. I'm surprised that this thing isn't leaking.
So it's gonna have to auto-rotate.
If it wants to land, I suppose it doesn't ever have to land.
It does it, but it might with a rocket hitting it, it might be losing fuel. If it was just bullets taking out the tail rotor or something, that'd be another story. But with a rocket hitting it, it may not be destined for long in the air. It's gonna need to bleed at speed and land. I mean, it's got plenty of space to land safely, but it's gotta be careful. It's popping flares because I think there was a Mac gunner, but no, I think that was just an RPG or a Carl Gustav.
Yeah, Russ still making another pass over the airfield. Doesn't quite yet land it.
Nah, he's gonna be going for a few more passes as long as he can.
So it looks like, if you look at the current situation overall right now for Blue 4, it's looking pretty dire. They're surrounded on 3 different sides at the moment. Good ridgeline force. I mean, they've actually done quite a few casualties at ridgeline force. They also got Bravo and Alpha, also basically on all 3 different sides, able to shoot at them. That air traffic controller area is just gonna have to hold out as best as they can while being shot up from every single angle.
And now we're getting to about 25 minutes left to go. They're holding out well enough so far. Yeah, but that main Red 4-4 is starting to get. I'm seeing a few fewer blue triangles in this ATC, and now we have Martin and Sholin getting a bit braver now. Sholin is not gonna start crawling back because he got shut up.
Yeah, these Red 4 are slowly moving their way closer on that ridge line. Slowly.
As a Nemesis trying to run interference, taking down Mad Smurf, who are, this group, they're trying to reinforce Sector 3. Otherwise, it's not much between them and the ATC, which is somewhat favorable for Red 4, but they need to start popping some smoke or something to get across this airfield. With how many Blue 4 are still here, there's no way they're getting across without it. See them trying to pop flares, but they need smokes.
Yeah, definitely. In order to get close enough. Either that or they might have to make use of the Humvees that they have for the armor. And try and get some forces right in there for some CQB. And it's also another option that they have since all the BTRs that they had are now gone. I see one Humvee around. I'm not sure if they have a second one that's still sitting around. It might have been ditched or destroyed. Currently the air traffic controller just still taking guns from basically every single angle here. T5 Bay actually in a truck with 3 more people. He might go for the run. Or potentially try and catch up with his other boys in the hangars and try and catch them. No, he looks like he's actually making a beeline straight for the air traffic controller here. It is very dangerous. I don't know if that cab is very bulletproof. They make it in.
T5 Bay looking for Kelly, and they trade. That's a 1-to-1. Slowly coming around now, looking for Chupless.
Sphere Montgomery trading, able to climb in that building. CQB. Montgomery and CF fighting each other. That one's a.
CF goes down.
All right, now it's Swola, the remaining Blue 4 here on the outside, but we still have CF on the other side and Legs in the air traffic controller still.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. CF was hiding underneath the stairs. I thought he got taken out, but no, he's hiding like Harry Potter underneath the stairs, or the cover beneath the stairs. He's like grenade get thrown in, runs away, and he's actually going to be able to get away from it, I think. Yeah.
The Alpha on the other side of the airfield are actually using this distraction as a good time to cross over. Now there's no one really shooting at them, so they can get onto the other side.
Perfect.
They're also.
It's actually just Montgomery here now.
Just Montgomery, but that's still enough to keep their heads down. They're forced to deal with the people inside their house, not the people outside. They have to deal with the one knocking on the door, not the people, saying hi from across the street.
Nelson's coming back with that M2 Humvee. That's gonna be a great defensive asset for them now.
Yeah, that M2 Humvee.
Once that truck came across.
The M2 Humvee felt like it's been out of position for this whole game based on where the actual fighting is, but right now it's great that they have it. It might be able to really help clinch it with this defense. We can see X-Ray taking some shots at the Humvee, but it's so well defended. Oh!
RPG, I think they just missed it. Yeah, Humvee still looks fine. I think that RPG just was off the rear end of that Humvee. So
They actually abandoned the Humvee.
yeah, they were trying to get in, and now they know that they're under the threat of AT fire. So I think they're gonna try and keep it, and just use this barracks building
Yeah.
as they can. Yeah, Nuzzy running in now.
Yep. OPFOR, they made it across, and they're able to join the rest of their forces into this ATC building. Swola and G-Legs are going to have to deal with all these people that are inside their building. They're going to just be holding down the stairway. G-Legs is currently just standing at the opposite of the stairway, has a really good line of sight if anybody tries to come up without trying to check their corners.
Ooh,
Just like that.
C2 goes down to something over there.
Montgomery, good job by Swola.
I think took down that building, and yeah, he's down.
Yeah, the two Blue 4 on the top actually did really good job. They found someone outside as well as killing two of the people trying to breach the building as well.
Sholin's crib building, he's pulling back, trying to patch himself up and push in, but he's getting... No, what the hell? Bonk and all of them are up here. Bonk, what a flux, Guy Fieri. They're behind Red 4 now. Blue 4 could still win this.
Yeah, this is a really effective flank right here. They actually have a good chance because Red 4, they're just caught out in the open in their assault right now. They probably thought that, oh, all the remaining people are in these two buildings. And once they're surprised here, that might really do a lot of damage before they can react to it. Legs.
Kevin taking nade from Legs.
Yeah.
He's holding that staircase.
Legs has a small but useful window to look outside as well here.
I'm thinking Blue 4 could turn this around.
Yeah.
I mean, they already have, but if they can keep this going, then they could win this out.
I'm curious if there's...
but
Is there any more satchel charges that could be used? That could really turn the tide.
let's see. Warwick is a combat engineer for Red 4.
Warwick did...
Is a combat engineer for Blue 4. And I think that's actually about it, unless there's one in the Humvee. So there is a chance for it on both sides.
Oh, Legs taken down in the ATC. So the ATC is now actually clear.
Yep, finally. And now it's all that's left is the 8 or so players still in that southern barracks building.
Oh, look at this. Humvee coming in from behind with Guy Fieri.
Yep, so they're going to try and maintain this. Now they're in the sector again. No one's really aware of it. Lee gets clapped. Warwick gets clapped too. Yang doesn't know what's going on. Here's a gunfire, but doesn't see Vaughn come around the corner. And so Vaughn gets that kill.
Wow. This is being a really effective counterattack.
Warlords tries to go in the front door. He gets clapped. Sholin, Voss coming in through the kitchen window. Sholin goes down as well. This is not looking good for Red 4.
Yeah, they're losing all their forces in the CQB here. That counterattack onto the air traffic control building turned that area around there. That was mostly extra manpower. That was just taken down by a surprise Humvee attack.
We're just trying to do a last stand, but no, Guy Fieri's able to take him down.
Cosmonaut.
Might have friendly fire there.
Cosmonaut, the last remaining.
No, I think that was also Red 4. No.
Wow.
Red 4 has this.
Yeah.
Nemesis, Sanctu are the only 3 Red 4 left in the sector. Eagles coming in from the north. The chopper landed somewhere. It might have crashed.
Nemesis and Cosmonaut, the last two. Oh, an Eagle outside as well. Oh.
Crashed in the water.
Stashel went off in the ATC. That takes care of the last Red 4 in there.
That'll take care of it. Takes care of the Blue 4, but also takes care of the Red 4.
That means it's only Nemesis and Eagle, the 2 remaining Red 4 players here that are alive at the moment.
Are you getting desync on the server, or is that just me?
I'm currently doing fine. Oh, did Eagle just get found? I think Eagle just got found. Oh, looks like a lot of people just got disconnected.
Yeah. Server had some desync, and that's the last of Red 4, so that's gonna be it. I was wondering if that was me, but no, looks like that was the server hiccuping. I don't think that really had a big effect on the outcome of the round, but yeah, that is gonna be it. That's gonna be Blue 4 winning the final round of
Oh. Wow,
Holy
what a comeback.
Absolutely. Even without the server's help, I really do think they would have won that.
Yeah, they really played that last defense well. Those last minute maneuvers really did a good job. They caught the op 4 while they were basically vulnerable on their current attack.
Yeah, I think the server might be hitching a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect and close out my stream. But yeah, that is going to be it. Last round done. I will divvy out the points, but damn. Great defense from Blue 4 after all is said and done, and pretty good, a whole night of great rounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Again, I've been Barbarian. This has been Kilbo. Kilbo, where can people find you?
Yeah, so Norm, I keep my name as Gil, but I usually want to play with my Norm clan. But you can find me at twitch.tv/nerdyhydra. You can find a lot of my info there, all my socials and YouTube and etc. there. And Barbarian, where can I find you?
You can find me on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/barbarianweeb, as well as on YouTube at youtube.com/c/barbarianweeb, though I just also go by Barbarian. If you find Liru, then you'll also find me. I'm trying to kill my armor real quick. There we go. So yeah, I'm also on YouTube as Barbarian. Yeah, if you like armor stuff, come and find me, because I'm the person for you.
All right, Barbarian, it's been an awesome and great fun night casting with you. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, I appreciate you coming around as well. Hopefully Lear doesn't have too much of a hangover in the morning.
Yeah, I hope he gets to be fine there. It sounds like he hit a big milestone though, so congratulations to Liru for that.
Absolutely. He got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. He is living well, I think. He celebrated it pretty hard today.
That sounds perfect. All right, thank you very much, Barbarian. I'll have to catch you next time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Catch you later.